What up, y'all? Welcome to the Couch Convos podcast. I'm Anjeil, your lovely, gracious host. First of all, I'm a child of God, but don't play with me, okay? Romulus in Detroit raised me. Huntsville, Alabama adopted me. I'm actually a product of two teenage parents, and as you can imagine, I learned a lot watching them grow up. One of the key things I learned from my parents is that nobody's perfect, but being honest and transparent makes it a lot easier to overcome the BS in life. Now, it wouldn't be me if we didn't have a little fashion, a little entertainment industry sprinkled up in the mix as well, because you may know me from my wardrobe styling experience on American Idol, The Real, and many other TV shows. So a mixture of all of those things is what we're going to get into on this podcast. We're going to be having real talk about real situations with some real solutions. So let's get into this episode. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Couch Convos. Today, I actually want to talk about what are you going to give to the world? Like, what are you going to give to the world? I wanted to ask that question because I actually did a poll the other day on my IG story. And I think it says something along the lines of, put this on your timeline and let your followers describe you in one word. And it was like the words that people were saying, it was so special to me. Like, it wasn't a shocker or surprising or anything like that, but it was just cool to see how other people perceived me, if that makes sense. And I want to read off some of the words. Hold on, my mama calling me, y'all. Don't it always happen like that when you start filming, people start calling you? But I want to read off some of the words. So I got hustler, genuine, gifted, funny, encouraging, determined, ambitious, daddy's girl, swaggy, creative, motivational, dope, well-rounded. And like all of these words they really solidified how I already felt about myself. And I started to ask myself, I would say about a couple months before I turned 25. So I would say about a year ago, I started asking myself, what is the value that I want to give to people? Because I don't know if any of y'all was on Clubhouse. I feel like Clubhouse is kind of burnt out now. But when Clubhouse first came out, which if you don't know what Clubhouse is, it's basically like a conference call app. It's where you can get in these groups where people are just talking. It's not video, it's just audio. It's like a social media platform where you just have audio. And you get in these groups and you have this progressive conversation, hopefully. It was starting to be groups that was like talking about trash. But in the beginning, it was a lot of people who was on there having good conversation. And one of the words that I was hearing when it was that Clubhouse era, it was like I kept hearing the word value. What value do you bring? Do you give your audience value? What value? Value. I kept hearing it. And it really, and I think it was because I was about to turn 25 too, but it really just made me think like, what value am I going to give to the world? Like, I already went through the phase where I deleted my old Instagram because I realized that I don't want to just post little booty pictures and bikini pictures and just be the popping baddie on IG. Like, I'm already past that phase of realizing that that's not what I want to do. I have a story to tell. I have people to reach. I have things in my heart that I want to accomplish. And I want to portray that and show that online because that's who I really am in real life. But I really began to question myself, like, what is my value? What am I good at? What am I gifted at? Like, I just had this moment before I turned 25 that I just started asking all of these questions. And slowly but surely, God started to reveal certain things to me, like what my gifts are and what I'm called to do and all of these things, what my purpose is, like all this stuff. It was just so crazy because I had to realize all of those things that people were saying. I had to realize all of that stuff about myself before y'all could, if that makes sense. Like, I had to I had to see myself as creative. I had to see myself as motivational. I had to see myself as a beautiful person first. And I guess I want to pose that question to everybody that's listening. Like, what value are you going to bring to the world? Because that's a question that I had to ask myself. And when I found it out, like, when I got answers, I don't want to stop. You get what I'm saying? Because now I'm in this place where I'm telling myself, like, okay, now that I know what my value is, I want to keep giving. Like, the world needs this. They need this value. And I have to keep giving it to them, because what are we on this earth to do if we not giving and sharing what we have inside of us with other people? And it took me a while to get to this point. And it's something that really I'm passionate about, because I feel like in our community, specifically the Black community, we don't see ourselves as valuable. Like, we really don't. We don't see ourselves as valuable. We don't see ourselves as special. Like, I remember I was talking to this girl, and she was just like, I don't really have nothing that I'm passionate about. Like, I don't have nothing good that I'm good at or that I'm passionate about like you do. Like, I'm just going to be at this job. I'd rather just go make more money at this job than, I just don't have anything that I'm good at. And I let her talk because I didn't feel led to go deeper. But I was really just thinking, like, sis, you're valuable. Like, you have value. And it's something that you're good at, if not multiple things. Like, you just have to lock in and figure out what that stuff is. And I just feel like we don't spend enough time. And I say we because I spent a lot of time not seeing myself as valuable. But I feel like we don't spend enough time trying to figure out what our value is. And then it's like, once we figure it out, and we know, like, okay, I'm really, really good at organizing and business stuff. It's like, you have to use it. You can't just sit on all that value and all that knowledge and all these gems and not use it to make other people's lives better. And I feel like that's what separates people that are successful and happy and, like, at peace, and people that are kind of just living to survive and living to just make ends meet, is that they don't see themselves as valuable. Like, if you don't see yourself as a valuable person that has something valuable to give to the world, then you just gonna live day to day and go through the motions, because you like, whatever, I'm just here. I just showed up today. I mean, I guess they can use my help. I don't know. And that's where my mind started to shift, is when I was just searching for more. Like, it's got to be more. I know I have more in me. What is it? It's something. I feel it. I know I'm different. I know I'm special. I feel it. What is it? And it was when, I'm telling y'all, I don't know. Somebody told me, when you turn 25, you're going to feel something different. Like, it's just going to feel different. And I didn't believe it. And I was just like, whatever, this nigga just talking crazy. But it was true. Like, I just felt different. And I started asking questions. I started asking God questions. Like, what is my purpose? Like, what do you want me to do? What am I gifted at? Like, truly gifted at? I knew I loved fashion. I've been loving it and doing it since I was a kid. I've been cutting out pictures in magazines and all that kind of stuff. But I was just like, what is my gift? Like, I feel like gifts and talents are two totally different things. So I really just started pressing in and just asking God, like, what are my gifts? What am I talented at? Like, what is my purpose? What do you really want me to do? And I think I've told y'all this before on this podcast, but randomly one day I was filming a video with my dad, and he just started going on and on about what I'm gifted at. He didn't even know that I had been praying about God revealing my gifts and my purpose and all that to me. He just started talking. He was just like, you know, every time you come in a room, you just light up the room. Like, you have such a joyous spirit and attitude, and you just light up the room. And he was like, you're just so full of wisdom and knowledge too. And I was just like, is this really happening right now? Like, did he know that I was praying and asking about what my gifts are? Like, I don't get it. And that really blessed me. When he told me that, I was just like, okay, God, I want to know more. Like, tell me more. Show me more. And I feel like slowly but surely, he started peeling back them layers. It was like an onion. Like, he started just, you good at this. You good at this. These are the people that I want you to reach. Like, it was almost like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just started coming to me as I started praying. And I tell that story because there was a time that I was just so lost. Like, I look back at old pictures and old videos of me, and I'm just like, I had no idea what I was doing or what I wanted to do or the impact that I wanted to make. I was just out here. But now that God revealed those things to me and he showed me, like, this is what I want you to do. This is what you're good at. This is what you're gifted at. It's like, it's on. It's on and popping. And it's like a different feeling when you wake up every single day and you know what your value is and you have the energy and the willpower to give your value to the world. Like, it's just a different feeling for me. I feel like I can't let God down. I can't let the people that need what I have down. So I got to just keep going. Like, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. It motivates me. And back to the poll that I did on IG, it really blessed me to see all of them people say words about me that God already showed me. Like, God already gave me those words about myself. God already told me that I'm a motivational person. Like, one of my gifts is I have the gift of, what do they call it? It's where it's a gift of encouragement, basically. Like, you're able to encourage people. And God already showed me that. And so it's just like, for people to say that, it's like they're seeing the gifts in me that God gave me because I'm using them. So it's just a blessing. And I hope that this encourages you to figure out what your gifts are and what your purpose is so you can use it and you can give it, because we are living in a time now where the world is sick, y'all. Like, people are sick, people are hurting, people are constantly living in fear, people are constantly like, just, they don't know who they are. Like, they taking in what they see on the internet, and it's overwhelming. And like, people are dealing with mental health issues. And not to say that I'm just perfect and I don't deal with no issues. I do. But I feel like when God puts gifts and talents and abilities in everybody, it's just up to you on whether you want to, tap in with them and use it or not. But I feel like once you do, it's you're changing the world, because the world needs it. And that's literally what I tell myself. Like, the world needs what I have. Whenever I get discouraged or I look at a video and it got 5 views, like, I'll be like, okay, you know what? 5 people that watched it, they needed it. And if I only touch one person, like, I did my job. It's really not even about that for me. But I just really have committed myself to using my gifts and just committed myself to the value that I bring to the world, to the point where I typed out, like, who I am and what makes me valuable, and it's literally in a frame on my wall, and I look at it every single day, because it's just like, I can't forget that. I can't ever forget that God made me to be a light in every room that I walk into. Like, I need to know that and see that and walk in that every single day. Like, I need to know and see and walk in the fact that I'm an encourager. Like, I encourage people. That's a gift that I have. I need to see that. I need to know that. Because then I always have that reminder that my words have to minister grace and positivity and encouragement. So, I don't know what made me want to talk about this today, but that poll that I did on my IG story really just made me think, like, wow, this is the value that I bring to the world. Like, a long time from now, when I'm gone, like, this is what people are going to have to say about me, and this is how they're going to remember me. Like, I encouraged them, I motivated them, I was nice to them, I was genuine, like, all of these things, it's just special. I just love it here. But no, I'm for real, because you have to know that. And I feel like we take life for granted and we don't think about the impact that we leaving on the world and the impact that we are leaving on the people that experience us. Because I don't know who it was, I think it was Nipsey that said, you don't possess people, you experience them. Like, you can't have me because I'm gonna, life is like a vapor, you know? You can't have me, but you can experience me. And what I get to dictate what your experience of me is gonna be. So hopefully this is encouraging. And y'all know I love to just have good conversation that provokes thought. That's what we do here on Couch Convos. But that is it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to every single episode. It's going to be one more episode in this season, and then Couch Convo season 1 is going to be done. So if you haven't listened to every episode, go ahead and go back. I'm going to do 10 episodes this season. I'm going to take a little break, and then I might pick back up maybe in the fall or the winter time. And it'll just kind of be like a seasonal thing. So again, thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next Couch Convos. Bye.